What is going on, guys? It is a fine, let me step back in here real quick. Actually, let me shut this off. Whew, that thing is loud in the cold. It is a fine, super fine day here in Southwest PA, and in today's episode it is -6 degrees. But this ride is going to be a little bit different. I have my GoPro hooked to my chest and not my helmet, because if you remember in the last episode, my inside of my helmet froze completely solid. I want to show you what I'm working with. I don't even know if you can see how bad this is. This is completely frozen. Now, if you want to get to the just riding, just jump ahead real quick, but I do got to say a couple things. Now that it's -6 degrees, things are going to start changing, right? So I can't really just make sure this is still even recording. Is it recording? I can't just ride normally, because you do kind of got to take a couple extra precautions. And one of the ones that I'm going to be taking is wearing extra goggles, because apparently your eyeballs can freeze. You know, it is -6 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like, I think it's -20 degrees for the rest of the world. I got another GoPro set up. That's the new one I got for Christmas. I'm not too thrilled about, but we'll check it out, see what happens. And yeah, let's just kind of go for a ride. Let me get all hooked up. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get this party started. And I do want to bring something up. So I had somebody comment something on my last episode of riding in the cold weather, and I kind of want to talk about it real quick. And first, let me say, this is nothing against that person whatsoever, because honestly I agree with them 110%. And the comment went something along the lines of, you know, stop riding like this, it's not good for you and it's not good for the bike. And they are 100% correct. Now, as far as me, there is a reason why I'm doing this, and the reason why I'm doing this is, I don't know, I'm an idiot. I don't know, I always like to do things in the most extreme. I've kind of always had that attitude, like, you know, my whole life or whatever.
He never knew when to quit. Oh.
And it's not that, you know, I'm doing this for views or I'm doing this for this. I'm doing this for me, because one, I want to do it. I want to do it for myself, and two, I want to do it because I do plan on taking really big trips, Lord willing. I want to run to Nova Scotia. I want to do a Canadian run. I want to do Alaska. If you haven't caught on, I absolutely hate the summer. Like, I hate the summer. That is the absolute worst time to ride, in my opinion. I hate the summer. But, you know, I'm also doing these runs for practice in case I do ride these situations where it is extra cold. And let me just say something real quick. This is a voiceover. I couldn't record while I'm talking, and pretty much what's going on right now is my helmet is freezing over again. So I'm having a problem with my visor freezing. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to ride around for a little bit more, and I'm going to talk to you guys for a little bit more, and then I'm going to head home and I'm going to try to fix this problem. But what I was getting at before is, if I do make these runs to these very cold temperate climates, I don't want to figure something out when I'm out there. I like the idea of figuring things out in the comfort of my own home, where I can just literally turn around and go home, and there will be no problem, no consequence, except for like the bike sliding underneath me. But I'm talking about, you know, other consequences like this, with my mask freezing over. That would be a really crappy thing to have to try and figure out. if you know, wake up one morning in the Canadian wilderness and it's like sub below, and now you're having this problem and you don't know how to deal with this problem. So that's why I'm riding these rides. I do it for a personal challenge for me, but I'm also doing it to learn something in a safe environment. Let me get off here real quick. Okay, so this is a little bit better. It's like I don't know, it's like 20 minutes later. I don't know how long this is, but I've removed my Bravica and Brava. I think it's just pronounced Brava. And as you can see, I forgot my glasses or my safety goggles. So not a real big smart move right there. But the second part of the comment was about the bike, and they are 100% right. It's not good on the bike. I'll try, and maybe you can pay attention to the temperature of the bike. I'm pretty sure it just is operating at regular, like the bare minimum temperature, and that's not good for oil viscosity and just overall engine performance. Excuse me. You're starting to put a lot of strain on the engine. I forgot to put my my little gloves on. These things are a lifesaver, guys, I'm telling you. But yeah, the cold weather is, you know, hard on the bike, and not to mention, like, the salt and everything is so freaking hard on the externals of the bike, man. I given up on my chain again. Not giving up on it is like, I'm not like doing chain maintenance, like tightening it, but I'm not like worried about like cleaning it, because it's getting replaced in a couple months. As soon as the weather breaks, I'm getting another new chain, and that will be my third chain. And so, you know, if you are going to ride in this, I'm definitely not telling you not to, but I'm definitely not telling you to go ahead. You make your own decisions. Just understand that if you are going to ride in the winter and you're in an area where they put salt down, like Pennsylvania put so much salt down that it probably changed the whole dipole of the state. Like, they put down a lot of salt. And, you know, if you're going to ride in these kind of this kind of, you know, climate situation, it's really not good on the bike, man. Who was it? Canyon Chasers. They just did a video on this, and it's funny, they talk about the same thing I'm, you know, kind of bringing up. It's just bad on the bike, you know. I do kind of want to do a video about, I mean, maybe I can talk about some stuff here, I'm not entirely sure, but I kind of want to have like an own separate video on riding in the cold and riding in the snow. I won't ride this bike in like the snow when there's like snow on the ground, because that's just too much stuff I cannot control. You can't control that. This, you can mitigate things and you can do things. Like, for example, I don't let my bike outside in the cold. I leave it in so the tires are already kind of warm. But as far as like snow goes, you can't control that stuff, man. And I was watching a bunch of people on MotoStars riding their bikes in the snow. I would ride in the snow if I had a beater bike and I had something with like knobby tires. I'm not running it in this. It's just not worth it to me. But there was a point to all of that. I can't remember. Oh yeah, you know, as far as, you know, what that person was talking about the bike, yeah, 100%. You're 100% correct. It's not good on the bike. It's really not. And I'm gonna pay for it. You know, I'm gonna pay for it. But at the end of the day, too, you know, it's a material object, and as long as I can keep up with it, financially keep up with it, I'm okay with that. Would it be better financially for me to not do that? 100%. But, you know, it just kind of is what it is. So I just kind of wanted to address that. I know that was kind of like the whole video or whatever, but I thought it was a really good question, and I thought it was really appropriate to kind of talk about that and bring that up. Pretty much what's going on right now is my mask or my visor is already starting to freeze up, and there's not a freaking thing I can do about it. I forgot my goggles, like I said, at the house, so I can't just like lift up my visor, especially in this. At some of these parts where, how fast are we going? We're going 47 at 50 mile an hour at -8 degrees. It's -40 Fahrenheit. So it's not ideal to just ride around and lift my mask up. That can definitely cause frostbite and things like that on my nose, and I don't really want to walk around with frostbitten nose. That looks kind of goofy and unattractive, and I don't know, I guess it would be a cool tattoo, but I don't really want to do that. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to turn off here and just accept it for what it is and just start heading home, because once it starts freezing like that, it does go like exponentially. So I'm just going to hurry up and try and get home, because I do not want to deal with that, because like I said, I cannot just lift my mask up. And actually right here, you see this flickering? That is where the GoPro freezes. The GoPro froze. Too cold for the GoPro. I'm actually really happy with this secondary GoPro that I have. I talked a lot of shit on it. I actually made a video talking a lot of shit on it, and I'm not going to upload it now because it's not entirely horrible. Actually, the whole audio of the bike is this specific GoPro. It sounded better than the GoPro's audio on my chest, and I don't think the quality looks too bad. It doesn't fishbowl too much, which I was really concerned about. It's pretty simple for just a point and shoot kind of camera, and I kind of like it. It's not bad. What happened here? Okay. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on now. Is I'm just heading home. I'm just gonna take the L. Here at the end of the video, there is a segment of this video that I recorded right after I took my first run, because I kind of thought that was it. I didn't think I was going to go out again, and I did end up going out again not too much longer later. It was like, I don't know, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, I can't remember what it was, and I'm happy I did, because I was able to get you guys this footage. But then I didn't know I was going to go back out or whatever, so I made the outro video. That's why it looks a little darker or whatever. But as you can see right here, that spot on my mask, that's ice, and it's blocking my whole entire vision on my left side, and it's only going to get worse once you get like a nuclei like that. It just expands pretty quickly. So that's why I just kind of did that pull a couple seconds ago, because I'm just trying to get home. I'm trying to mitigate how hard I'm breathing as well, because I really don't want to breathe in the super cold air. Not like that's how you get sick, because you know that's not how you get sick, but it's still not like good for you, you know. I mean, and the only reason I bring that up is because I'm reading more Antarctic exploration. That's kind of my guilty pleasure, and you know, they talk a lot about that. In Antarctica, they don't get sick, and this is like Antarctica, like in like, you know, 1910, 1911, and they don't get sick because it's too cold for disease and stuff like that. And they're out there trying to warm up frozen tents with their body heat, just to wiggle themselves in so they can go to sleep for the night. It's crazy. If you ever get the chance to read two books, The Worst Journey in the World and Endurance, amazing books if you're kind of into that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much what's going on here. I wasn't able to ride as much as I did. I will say that I did get cold. I'm not going to sit here and say that I didn't get cold. I did get cold, which is a good thing that I made this run again, because it made me realize if I am going to be in these kind of environments, I am going to have even better gear, which means even more money. So again, the reason why I make runs like this is so I learn something from it. It's not just to be Billy Badass or, you know, Stupid Sam, or I just made that last one up. But, you know, there is a method to it or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and get off of here in a couple seconds, and this will be the outro video. And you know, I guess that is pretty much it, guys. So here, enjoy the exit video, and I'll see you in the next one. So I don't know if this is even picking up, because it's just too cold. The GoPros are just dying, and I'm also running into another issue again with that freezing absolutely immediately, which sucks. You know, I have no idea how much of the footage actually got picked up, which I don't know, that really sucks. I really wanted to record something. Did that just die again? It keeps saying that it's dying, so I don't know. I guess it just kind of is what it is. I really wanted to make this video, and I got to ride it at least, and that is, you know, my record. So -6 or -20C is now my record for riding a motorcycle in the cold or whatever. I don't know. It just kind of is what it is. It really sucks, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I don't know if this is going to get posted, because it's like not a good video at all, because, you know, the GoPros and then this, I mean, it just didn't work. So if I do end up posting this, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.
He never knew when to quit. Oh.